It's the Real Estate Podcast, brought to you by Ray White, the largest real estate and property group in Australasia.
There is a sort of realignment, if you will, in terms of the mindset, because you're going to have to catch up with that to be competitive.
Very much so. I think you've pretty well hit the nail on the head there. I mean, while our market has seen fairly significant uplift in the last 12 to 18 months, when you look at, average sale prices in the city areas versus average sale prices in regional areas, there's a very real ability for those buyers in the city areas to sell what they have, come and purchase here, and in fact still have money left over.
A lot of people say that young people can't get a property. I've met so many that have worked and saved so hard and sacrificed a lot and still been able to buy themselves a property, and it's definitely achievable.
How do you feel that the disruption is going at the moment?
Look, certainly I think COVID has changed a lot in our industry so that it has been, disrupted more in a traditional sense.
Pre-approved finances, how important do you think that is?
I think that's probably number one on the list, realistically, especially for buyers out there in the marketplace. If you don't have your finance approved and you love that home, you're really doing yourself a disservice and probably setting yourself up for a bit of heartbreak, really.
It's a little bit like somebody having a look at European cars on a Saturday afternoon without having the money to buy.
Yeah, that's right.
There are some new apartments and townhouses. Are people buying off the plan? Is it a pretty good time to get into the market in the lower North Shore?
Yeah, absolutely. We're big fans of the lower North Shore. We all live here and work here and spend a lot of time.
I think you've got to be a bit of a diplomat, don't you, to be in your game?
A diplomat, a marriage counsellor, a babysitter sometimes. There's a few different hats we wear.
Authenticity, then that'll sort of align and match up with what you're looking for.
I totally agree there. It's got to be genuine. It's got to be authentic. That creates that alignment with the vendor from the beginning.
The locals that are listening to this podcast right now are saying, Daniel, what are you doing? You're letting the secret out.
It's been a fine line to walk, Craig, in the last 6 months or so. Yamba's had its fair share of publicity.
Vendors, whether they realise it or not, they're always interested in great feedback.
I think it's so easy to be able to tell people, Craig, what they should do. I honestly believe that we have a responsibility to back it up with the facts. And that was a big thing. When COVID first hit us, for us, the demand was still there. The buyers had not disappeared.
And what is it about your area that people go there, they experience it maybe on a day trip, and they say, gee, you know what? We should live here.
They do. There's, like you said before, COVID, everyone's reevaluating what life actually should look like. And it's no longer being in Sydney and keeping up with the Joneses. They've actually been able to have a look at the lifestyle that we have down here in the regional areas, and that's the lifestyle.
What's the one thing that you really enjoy about Castle Hill?
Castle Hill's just a wonderful community, Craig, and I've been fortunate enough to live in the Hills area for the best part of 15 years. Sale prices, for example, in Castle Hill have far outperformed the average sale price increases across Sydney.
Yamba drive time from the Gold Coast and from Brisbane, what sort of time are we looking at now?
From Yamba to the Gold Coast now is just over 2 hours. You can actually do Yamba to Brisbane in just under 3, so it's quite an easy trip.
I suppose if I was a pilot of a plane and it was code red, the last person you want to panic is the pilot. So that'd be about the best analogy I can give you.
That's a good analogy, yeah. Let's keep that plane up in the air is probably what most people are saying.
We'd love to travel, but we're patient. We'll be patient. We'll get there. We've come this far. Now's not the time to panic. We're getting close.